2K13 wish list, and hopefully this wish list will be able to improve the game and make it a game that we would all enjoy much more than we did NBA 2K12. That's not to say that NBA 2K12 wasn't a good game, but you know, it could have been better, and I'm here to improve it. So before I begin this commentary, I want you guys to keep note. If you agree with what I'm saying, please thumb up this video to send a tweet to LD2K, who is in charge of collecting all of this information from the internet and stuff and such, and sending it to NBA 2K Sports Creative Team, so they could take a look at it and have our voices heard, and Ronnie 2K, who's kind of like the brains behind this. So let me tell you what I'm covering today, because I know you guys don't want to see the whole thing. At first, I'm going to cover my player, because I know that's what people really want to see. Then it's going to be gameplay. Then I'm going to briefly cover association, and then finally online. So my player is the longest, so let me get into some ideas I have for my player. The first idea I have for my player is agents. Madden 06 had it, and I played a lot of career mode games because I'm a huge fan of career mode. Madden 06 had the ability to hire an agent that would give you various perks, whether it be performance facilities or better endorsement deals, etc. It doesn't matter. So I would like the idea of, obviously, I doubt if they could get real agents like Drew, like all the real agents out there. But if they can, that would be cool. If not, even pretend agents are cool, like maybe 2K developers that could get you various perks, such as greater endorsement deals, better contract negotiating skills, and etc. etc. Another great idea that I really would like to be seen added to my player is the ability to get traded if you're underperforming or for the team's best interest. Sometimes it has nothing to do with how good you're playing. Take Eric Gordon, for example, on the Clippers. Just the right deal came along, you know, like Chris Paul for Eric Gordon and a few other players. It came along, you had to get traded, then it's nothing against you. So besides demanding a trade, that'll also be a really cool feature. Different teams should be able to offer you different perks in the offseason to kind of woo you or persuade you to come to their team. For example, if you look at the Miami Heat or the Los Angeles Lakers, they offer the greatest championship opportunity. Some teams will offer you the ability to start right away. Other teams, such as the San Antonio Spurs, will have more prestigious coaches that will impact your winning opportunities and your growth. Some teams will be willing to give you assistant coaches to work with you to help you improve, such as Mike Brown and Darvin Ham improving Andrew Bynum. And some teams will have better training facilities, which will give you more attribute points once you do drills or practice sessions. I want also it to be much tougher to improve your my player, just to add more of a replay value to the game. You know, I don't want to be amazing and an all-star in my rookie year. That's just not realistic, unless if, you know, you're just a beast and you beast up. Adding a real life aspect. So this may seem difficult, but it will make the game much more enjoyable, and in the long run, it'll just be awesome. Instead of drills, make mandatory practice sessions with mini games. Well, I want to add an important note to this. These mandatory practice sessions should not be like on a daily basis and should not be like spammed into your schedule between games. Maybe say you must attend one practice session that's very brief, every like 2 minutes ish. Not 2 minutes, my bad. 2 games, 3 games, or something like that. You know, or you don't have to play these practice sessions if you don't want to, but obviously it'll be better if you do, because these practice sessions will enable you to run plays and practice your plays. And the more you practice a play in real life, the more efficient the play is in your games. So that's one thing I think would be cool, practicing your plays, which will make them more efficient. in your game situations. Bringing back the crib from previous 2Ks would be awesome for the most retro fan, and it will add a realism factor for the My Player mode, because, you know, like, you have a little extra money, why not splurge on getting a new TV where you could watch your highlights or something? That'll be cool. The scouting combine needs to come back. I'm sorry if you weren't a fan of the scouting combine, but if you ask me, just playing a rookie showcase just makes the game takes out all the fun out of the pre-draft process. I think a scouting combine and a rookie showcase combined with a summer league would make the game much more fun and will complete the pre-draft process. That's just my personal opinion. The D-League also needs to come back. And another thing I'm fearing is that 2K is becoming lazy like Madden was with its Superstar mode. It took out the D-League this year, and it took out the Scouting Combine and the Summer League. If anything, they should make the pre-draft process longer and include things like hiring an agent from the moment you declare for the draft. Teammates seem brain dead in a My Player game. For example, I would have a ton of instances where Pau Gasol was being guarded by Nate Robinson, yet he would still pass it back to me instead of posting up or calling for the ball. AI needs to be enhanced this year, and this should be the top priority in not only My Player, but for every game mode. Because without artificial intelligence, the game would just be very boring to play. Besides that, hairstyles would be very nice to add. We've been complaining and asking for new haircuts and new looks, and part of the reason why my player is bald is because of that. So that'd be cool. 2K, give us some new hairstyles. A signature passing package would be really nice, considering how many players pass in a different way. Steve Nash and Pistol Pete have different passing styles from LeBron James and Magic Johnson, and not all players should have a passing signature pass package or the ability to have one, but some players should. For example, center really shouldn't, except with the special exceptions, but really it should be more for the point guard, shooting guards, and small forwards, who I guess you could put like an overall cap on it if you want. Like, if you're a certain overall, you could get a signature pass package, but that's just a smaller thing. I'm gonna get on to technical fouls later on, but an emotions package would be pretty cool. I saw this in an IpodKingCarter video, and I decided to side with him on emotions. It would be cool to see players go crazy and rage and everything, but that's only if you could bring in technical fouls. I don't know, it's just a cool thought. It probably won't be included. It's just a cute little idea. Endorsements should get you paid with different companies. For example, if I'm getting endorsed by Jordan, it's not a privilege to be endorsed by Jordan. Well, it kind of is, but they should pay me for endorsing me, because otherwise I could sign with Nike, Reebok, or Barry's. No, I'm just kidding. But other ideas include a FIBA or overseas contract if the rights can be acquired. If they could, that'd be pretty cool. The off season should have the ability to work out, play pickup ball, or just try to improve your relationship with teammates, touch base with your coach, hold workout sessions, etc. I would like to see a team captain status given to you when you deserve it, because how am I supposed to know if, for example, I'm on the Los Angeles Lakers? How am I supposed to know if this is my team or Kobe's team? Like, when I'm team captain, I want to know I'm team captain, and I should have different perks for it as well. And team captain should be able to schedule practices, hold player-only meetings, etc., etc. Before and after games or practices, it would be nice to be able to talk to your teammates in the locker room or like in the parking lot. When I used to play SmackDown Here Comes the Pain very long ago, there was a feature in the story mode that allowed you to talk to wrestlers backstage. This would be an awesome implementation to 2K, allowing players to form friendships in a team. Take Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, for example. And they became best friends, and that chemistry helped them on the court. Now, having individual player-to-player chemistry would create drama in the locker room, or it would actually benefit players on the court. Just imagine knowing your point guard, being a small forward, and knowing your point guard wants you to have an alley-oop thrown to him whenever you drive to the basket at a certain time. Now that would be cool. Or a player just completely freezing you out because of your bad relationship with them. That would be really, really cool. Player chemistry, each teammate and coach has should have a different chemistry level with your my player. That would just be cool, like I said. Now that covers the my player section, and that took 10 whole minutes. So you see, but let me stop wasting your time and get to the next section, which is the gameplay section. In the gameplay section, for one, the ref needs to inbound it sooner. That's a small thing that could easily be fixed. It just gets annoying, whatever. This pisses me off. Enough with the mind games, 2K. I feel like 2K is a predetermined psychological game. If it wants the CPU to win, it'll make you miss all of your open shots no matter how good the shot is. This is annoying and really not fun at all. I lose a lot of my games like this to people who take terrible shots. Who else feels me on this? Plenty of situations where I stopped a run by scoring a basket against the opposing team, and then the opposing team called a timeout. Is that realistic? No. Stop with the the psychological BS 2K, and give us a straight basketball game. Technical fouls have been controversial in the past, but I feel like it can be done. The same way fighting is done in NHL games, and the same way manager arguments were done in MLB 2K. The more you argue, the more momentum you have on your side, but if you go too far, you'll get a technical. It's not a big deal, but if they add it, that'd be really cool. Driving the lane has become very difficult this year, and it needs to be fixed ASAP. It feels like my ISO motion moves don't even do anything, so please, if you could fix that, that'd be cool. Bring back the heat check and the play calling button. Anyone can easily pause to change the camera view, so it's a waste of the coach's D-pad. So just bring back last year's. I liked it much better. Hall of Fame should not be this cheesy. Making near impossible shots and whatnot, it's just not right. It's the reason I stayed on Superstar, because I rather realism over a very difficult, unrealistic challenge. Not hating on the people that play on Hall of Fame, it's just a personal preference. A player's real field goal percentage should be taken into account no matter what the difficulty is. Hall of Fame should force a player to play strategically and intelligently, not force a player to be near perfect to do well. Speed needs to be fixed. A center should not be able to outrun me, and I'm sure this is pretty famous from the Smoove video on speed, so I'm not going to get too into it. So now I'm going to briefly touch on association. Association mode is pretty good as of now. A GM mode or an owner mode would make things interesting. If you're a solid GM, you get contract offers from other teams, and owners can relocate teams, make new jerseys, set ticket sales prices like Madden 04. Online mode. This is the final section of my wish list, and after that I'll just give you guys like some cool ideas that could have been done but can't be done. Alright? So in online mode, I'm sure they worked on the lag because ranked matches seem improved from last year, but crew desperately needs to come back. And the way that they could prevent all the cheating and stuff is one of these two ways. For one, you could sync your created player to the 2K server to prevent cheating. If that doesn't work, then a separate my player is to be created for crew. Skill points will be awarded dependent on teammate rating, wins, etc. So tell me what you think about that one, because I think that will stop all the cheesing, all the 7'6" Allen Iversons, etc. So the next my next idea for crew is your crew gets ranked with other crews, and you're matched up based on your crew's ranking. This will make much more intense games, kind of like in Madden. So you can tell I've been around with video games, so I'm just trying to take the best from each game to make one super game. So it should be pretty awesome right here. So let's say if based on your play, your teammate chemistry is amazing, you guys never turn the ball over, then you should be matched up with a team like that. Or or if not, then search for a team that's like 5 skill points or 10 skill points within your team, kind of like Madden ranked match. Now this is a cool idea that a lot of people have been asking for, and I really hope it gets pulled in, and that's Ultimate Team. This is obviously from Madden and FIFA, and I think MLB The Show. Each game played earns money which can be spent on players. The players can be bought in a random pack for cheap, but acquiring good players is rare. The players can be bought individually in a market for their value, which is obviously more expensive. And online association, it's a great idea. I loved it, but the problem was one tiny detail is you need to have the ability to set sliders and the roster for the association, and this should be determined by the commissioner. The commissioner should also be able to choose if you would like to import a draft class from 2K Share or a roster from 2K Share. There should be at least 20 years playable in the association. Now, this pretty much sums up my 2K wish list. I'm just going to leave you guys off with some thoughts. Had College Hoops 2K been able to be created this year, just imagine the possibilities with my player mode. I've always been saying this, but if you pay attention to EA Sports games, there is so much potential for great game modes, but since they have a monopoly on the market, they didn't really bother. For example, you're in the NCAA, you begin in high school, you play your senior season, and you go through recruitment. Coach Cal comes over, knocks on your door, gives you a ton of calls. Yo, come to Kentucky. If you come to Kentucky, I'll help you become a top 5 pick or a lottery pick. And then you get a call from Ohio State or Duke. Mike Krzyzewski says, trust me, man, I'll get you a championship. You should come here. And then Chapel Hill calls you. He's like, don't go to Duke, come here. You enjoy the recruitment process. Take campus visits. That'll be one. After that, you walk through the actual, you pick your college after your high school senior year, and you begin the college experience. You finish after playing through everything, there's going to be a mock draft, assuming that you do declare while you're playing in college. You could go undrafted based on your play in college as well, but say if you play like a beast, and hopefully you do, you'll become like a top 5 or pick, and if you want at the end of the year, you could declare or you could stay for another year. It's up to you. And the more you play in college, the higher your skill points could be, and it could translate. You could work on various parts of your game just like in real life, and then declare for the draft and go from there. However, if you stay in college for too long, scouts could nitpick and see what parts of your game are wrong, and that will affect you when you go to the pros. Also, another idea from high school is the ability, like depending on how you play in your senior year, you'll be ranked on a big board, and it'll show what teams you're interested in, etc. The recruitment process, it could be really fun, it could be really deep. And just looking back, you could look at EA Sports and Madden and NCAA. They had a great opportunity, but they wasted it, unfortunately. And whatever, I guess it's up to 2K. 2K never disappoints when it comes to this kind of stuff. But anyways, those are my ideas, and that's my official full wish list for NBA 2K13. I know it was pretty long, but if you agree with my ideas, please thumbs up the video, send them to Ronnie 2K and LD 2K. I say you might as well do it because it can't hurt. Besides the idea with the draft combine and the summer league, but at the end, hopefully they could put in an option whether you want to turn it on or off, like they do in association mode. But anyways, you guys, for this ranked match at least, I'm going to upload the full 4th quarter. It comes down to the wire, so you guys should enjoy it. If you guys like this video, again, go ahead, thumbs it up, because that's the only way we can get our voices heard. It's your boy Mim signing out, and peace.
Halt the run, and Paul with the basket on the assist by Griffin. 20 points for Chris Paul. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.